Democratic presidential candidate Bernie Sanders has had a meteoric rise in the polls this election season. He started out as a fringe candidate that was garnering maybe about 3% nationally back when he announced. And in recent months, and as of today, he's running neck and neck with Clinton in multiple polls in multiple states. We just did a video, just a few days ago, where in Iowa and in New Hampshire, he has the lead. We also took a look at some of the other numbers detailing how he was performing with women and with voters under 35, with millennials, and he's doing really well with them. Okay, there's one category though that he said to not be doing so well, and that's with minorities, with African Americans. Okay, some polls are suggesting that he's about 60% down in points compared to Hillary Clinton, and that's stunning. Okay, because everybody knows that I support Bernie Sanders. I do. I've been following him for a while now, and in my state, South Carolina, he's been here multiple times. I haven't seen him every time, but I have gone out to some of the rallies. And it's not just a little bit of black people that come out. I mean, there's a number of black people that come out there. He had a rally at a historically black college at Allen University. So, I mean, there's been a number of black people that I've seen with my own very eyes and on social media, okay, that support Bernie Sanders. So again, these numbers are astonishing. So the question I have, my question is, what has Hillary Clinton done to earn the black vote? Now I'm gonna leave that question right there, and we're gonna come back to it, but because I want to take this in a few different directions. A few days ago in Minnesota, Bernie Sanders had a rally, and something like 10,000, maybe more than 10,000 people showed up at one of them. I think there were two rallies, and I believe about 20,000 people showed up for both of them. So, there was an incident that happened. Okay, and from reading different accounts on this incident, a lot of people have been talking about it on Twitter. So this is what I gather. The Bernie Sanders staff, some of the staff, which included, it was one white dude I saw in one video, and there was a black dude too. They came over, and some people saying they were yelling at people in the crowd, black people that were right there. And what it was there was a bunch of people waiting to get on stage to be behind Bernie Sanders when he was talking at the rally. He hadn't started yet. So they came over, and they're saying, well, some people are saying that they singled out the black people, all the black people that were right there in the immediate area, and said, well, you might disrupt things. Y'all can't get on stage. It's not going to happen. So they feel like they were racially profiled. And like I said, that's their account. Some people say, no, it didn't happen like that. In the video I saw, I didn't see any yelling from the staff. I did see them talking to him, and I guess they were telling him that, yeah, you're not getting on stage. But this group too, that, that they were singling out, black people, they weren't all together. So, like I said, they feel like they were racially profiled because they were black. Now, they very well may be right on the money. Maybe they were racially profiled. Okay. So at the worst case scenario, they indeed were racially profiled, and it's absolutely wrong. But what I don't agree with was where they took it. See, they made this thing into a larger issue, saying that pretty much it was indicative of maybe what Bernie Sanders is about. And that's crazy. I mean, that's laughable. I mean, does anybody believe that Bernie Sanders, before the event started, was like, yo, Um, don't put no black people on this stage. Know what I mean? Don't put anyone on the stage. So I mean that's crazy. I don't think anybody believes that. So why make it into a larger issue about Bernie? Like I said, worst case scenario, it's about the staffers that came over them and supposedly racially profiled them. If they did that, they're dead wrong. Now, this story didn't get any mainstream media attention, but I think it's still relevant because it highlights the fact that some black people are saying that he's not speaking to the needs of black people, that he's not doing enough. Another example, Ta-Nehisi Coates wrote an article over a week ago about reparations. And it was largely a negative article about Bernie Sanders and about what his stance is on reparations. Now, when I first saw this article, and I'm going to take you through my thought process when I was reading this article. When I first read the article, I'm thinking, damn. Because Coates has the ears of a lot of black people. And I'm thinking, man, if this is a negative article on Bernie Sanders, man, this might slow his trajectory, especially among black people. So I'm like, man, I mean, all right, let me keep reading. So I kept reading. That was my first thought. Damn. My second thought was, well, actually, let me expound on my first thought. My first thought was it included, why isn't this a hit piece on Hillary Clinton? I really was thinking that. But, all right. So my second thought was, again, well, damn. Dude has some interesting points, and they're valid. Now, so what he was saying was Bernie Sanders is a progressive candidate. Okay, he's so progressive that he's shooting for universal health care. Okay, even though it's going to be a dogfight, especially with the Congress that we have right now, to actually get that done. So if he's so progressive to stick to his convictions and his progressive ideology as to directly go after the establishment, the private health insurance industry, if he's that progressive to take on that challenge, then why is he so dismissive about reparations, which of course is a progressive issue? So again, I'm like, man, that's a good point. That's a damn good point. Now, to be fair, and to add some context, Bernie Sanders didn't talk to Ta-Nehisi Coates. Okay, he didn't get a quote directly from him. He had been asked that question some time ago, and he was going off based on his quotes. And basically, what Bernie Sanders had said, and you can look at the article yourself. Basically, what he said was he didn't think reparations was the way to go because it practically stood no chance of it of happening. Okay, he thought we should move forward with economic actions. Providing assistance to these impoverished communities, providing tuition-free college providing tuition-free college and universities. Stop investing in jails and incarceration. All right. So that's his ideology. That's the way he wants to go with it. And I'm not mad at him, but again, if you're a progressive, why aren't you for reparations? So that was my second thought. My third and final thought was, it was exactly like my first thought. Why isn't this a hit piece on Hillary Clinton? Again, why is Coates writing an article criticizing Bernie Sanders on this issue when he's not making Hillary Clinton jump through the same hoops? Is that fair? Is that a fair analysis? Because I don't think it is. And it's upsetting to me that he did that. Because let's look at what Bernie Sanders is about, okay? He was the only one saying Sandra Bland's name when nobody else was. Okay? No other candidate was saying that, but he was. Okay? When Black Lives Matter came out with their Campaign Zero, and it was months ago that they did that, it was a list of 10 issues that they wanted to see movement on. They wanted to see action on. So they put it out, and they put out, how each candidate was on that issue. Bernie Sanders scored the best. He either had talked about it to the satisfaction of Black Lives Matter, or, specifically proposed something about it. 8 of those 10 issues, that's what he talked about. 8 of those 10 issues. Hillary Clinton at the time, 2 of them. Only 2 issues has she even talked about. That's whatever. All right, so like I said, again, that was months ago. It's last been updated in December. Now Hillary Clinton is at 6 of those issues, so she's 6 out of 10. Bernie Sanders is at 9 now. Either talked about it or offered legislation on it. Okay, so at least in the eyes of Black Lives Matter, Bernie Sanders seems to be the best candidate for the black community. All right. About 3 months ago, Bernie Sanders introduced legislation to end the criminalization of marijuana at the federal level. Hillary Clinton doesn't support that. No other senator has supported it as of yet. So I'm just tired of some black people making this man jump through hoops that they're not requiring of the other candidates. It's just Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders, somehow there's a mandate for him to be the perfect candidate to earn that black vote. Now, I'm not even mentioning, or I haven't even mentioned yet, that we have a president in the White House who just so happens to be black, and he's not even being challenged on reparations. This is ridiculous. I'm sorry, it's just ridiculous. It was an unfair hit piece, and it's ridiculous. Straight up. When we take a look at Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton, okay, put them up right here, okay? Take a look at both of them. Now, with Hillary Clinton, strip off the fame, strip off the name recognition, and then tell me what you see when you look at both candidates. Hillary Clinton calls herself a progressive, okay? She's not for ending the criminalization of marijuana. She calls Edward Snowden a criminal. She's not for universal health care. There's even a bill right now from one of her supporters, Kirsten Gillibrand, on paid family leave that she has yet to support. Bernie Sanders supports it, but she doesn't. I'm a little tired of this. Like I said, if you're gonna, Bernie Sanders, you've done enough. You've done enough to earn the black vote. I'm claiming it. Sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. No, I'm not sorry. But anyway, like I said, he's done enough. Now, if you're gonna make these other candidates jump through the same hoops as Bernie Sanders, then damn straight, keep challenging them. Keep challenging them, because nobody can deny that Bernie Sanders is a better candidate today than he was a few months ago. He's added things to his platform because he has been challenged. And I welcome that. If you want to challenge these candidates, do it. That's all right. We should be doing that. We should be holding them accountable for what they say and what they do. But again, if you're not going to hold Clinton to the same standard, then what are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you biased against Bernie Sanders then? That says something more about you. So what I want to do, actually, I want to ask y'all, okay? I want to ask you. Think about what you want to see get done in America, okay? What do you want to see? I mean, if you want universal health care, if you want to end, the criminalization of marijuana, if you want the paid family leave, if whatever you want to see get done, it's not gonna get done if we don't get money out of politics. Because of Citizens United, because of super PACs, because of the big money in politics, because of the special interest groups, it's the ideas and the needs of the few who are represented by Congress. They get what they want. We don't. And that's been going on for decades. I think we're at a time where it's much worse today. It's definitely much worse today, but it's been going on for years. So if you want the bottom 99% to finally have a democracy that works for us, then we need to elect a candidate that's going to try to push to get that done. Now I ask you, is that Hillary Clinton? Is that Hillary Clinton who has super PACs? Whose super PACs are generating more money than anyone in this race except for Jeb Bush. She's number 2. Do you think Hillary Clinton is really going to put, even though she campaigns against Citizens United and against big money in politics, all the while taking these massive speaking fees for corporations, getting money from Wall Street, flip-flopping on universal health care, do you really think she's going to change the game up so that the bottom 99% are getting a fair shake in this democracy? I'll leave that as an open-ended question. We have a chance. Like I said, we have a chance right now to change the game up and elect a candidate that actually wants to push progressive ideas into our economy. Now, you can call him an idealist, and he damn sure is an idealist. But I will damn sure support somebody who has that kind of vision instead of being relegated to the reality that is of right now, corruption. Stop kicking the can down the road. Before you know it, it's going to be 2020 and we're going to be like, where's the change at, man? We need some more change. Then it's going to be 2024. We're going to be saying the same thing over and over and over again. How about we actually stand up and say, enough is enough, man. We're tired of this. The few have gotten too much. They're getting too much. It's our time. So with all that being said, with all that I've said, I want to go back to my original question. Now I'm talking to the people now, and specifically black people. What has Hillary Clinton done to earn your vote? Now, I'm not telling you when you vote, you got to vote for Bernie Sanders. I'm not telling you that. I don't want to tell anybody who they got to vote for. I want to lay it out. You make the decision for yourself. I think Bernie Sanders is the best candidate. I think he's by far the best candidate. But what I want everybody to do is when it's your time to vote, get out there and do it. We need everybody standing up in this country and letting their voice be heard. That's what we need. That's the only way we're going to actually get some damn change. Let the madness begin.